Welcome, this is yoga. So if you have a block or some kind of pillow or something, we're gonna start just feeling into our breath. So I'm just gonna sit on my block. This just kind of helps open up through your hips. Bring your palms into your heart center. And then just start moving your head side to side, feeling where you might feel some tension, some resistance, feeling into your breath. While we're here, I'm just going to talk about this study that I've been listening to on a podcast I heard about it. The benefits of meditating for at least 12 minutes a day. And I think of meditating as pretty much just like letting your mind go into that dream state, like when you're drifting off to sleep, but in a sitting up position. So we're not going to do a full 12 minutes. We're just going to do about 1 minute in a meditative, resting kind of mind state. Feeling into your breath, listening to the rise and the fall of your breath. You can just let your head relax. I want you to actually try to resist any temptation to move. So take a few moments to just feel nice and settled, grounded into your seat. And even if you feel an itch, I want you to resist itching it and just follow the mind, see what the mind does. Resisting the temptation to move, just focusing on your breath, your heartbeat, your mind, whatever it wants to do, without judging it, just silently observing it. Just like it's a river flowing and you're sitting at the edge of the river, watching the river flow. And I'm going to stop talking so you can concentrate on the river of your mind. And slowly start bringing your awareness back to the space around you. Reach your arms all the way up, take a big deep breath. Let your palms touch at the top, stretching even your fingers. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. We're gonna go 2 more times like that, up and around, and then we're gonna add a twist into it. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, bring it down. Again, bring it all the way up. Exhale, bringing it down. Now we're going to inhale it back up, but this time when our arms are up, we're going to twist on the exhalation, just one direction, whatever way, and let the arms come down. Keep twisting as you exhale. And then unwind it, inhale those arms back up. Exhale it down with twisting the opposite direction. Let the exhalation help you twist. Inhale back up. That's 2 more times each way. Make sure you're going the opposite direction on your exhaling twist. Inhale when you're ready, bring it back up. Exhale, arms come down, twist the opposite way. Inhale, bring it back up. 1 more time each direction. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And last one. Exhaling down, twist. Inhale back up. And then we're gonna slowly just take that block away. Bring the soles of your feet together. Interlace your fingers around your toes and wiggle so you come up towards your seat bones. As high as you can toward those seat bones. Take your time getting there. Good, and then when you feel like you're as close as you can, just start butterflying the legs. Let your spine, let your neck move around, make any little movements. If you feel any tension, any resistance, stay and just stretch and breathe into it. Good. All right, now we're going to balance onto our hip, our seat bone, our tailbone, and start taking your feet with your hands. If you can wrap your peace sign fingers around your big toes, see if you can balance here. You don't have to straighten your legs if that's not comfortable for you. 5 deep breaths, just balancing. Good. On the exhalation, set your feet flat onto the ground. And now we're going to take our palms together. Feet are flat onto the ground. And then lean forward, press your arms, those inner thighs should be fired up. And then squeeze your legs together. Your shoulders are stretching now. Your arms are stretching, your legs, inner thighs. And then your legs, squeeze your arms together, stretching out your shoulders. Show you in a different direction. Good, so we're leaning forward, the arms are stretching the inner thighs, and then squeezing your legs together. Your shoulders stretch out when your legs come together. Okay, to inhale as you lean forward. And if your hands open up a little bit, that's okay. And then the palms can touch back when you squeeze those legs together. So it's also a motion through those shoulders, through the inner thighs. Nice stretch out shoulders, good. Just about 3 more back and forth, moving with the breath. Think of it back, almost doing like a cat-cow type of motion also, with the rounding and arcing. One more all the way through. Good, and then come back to neutral spine. Extend your legs out nice and long. Make sure your seat bones are grounded. And then we're gonna take our hands behind our back. If you need to, you can get a strap or something to connect your hands. Remember which pinky is on the bottom. Then bring your elbows all the way up, your hands come behind your back, and then lean forward, stretch your arms out. Bend the elbows, bring the hands up, lean forward, stretch the arms out. It's an exhale forward and inhale up. So this is just dynamically warming up through the shoulders. We're going to stay in the forward fold in about 3 breaths with the arms up. All right, the next time that you're in this forward fold, stay here and we're going to look up to one side and the other side. Keep alternating which side that you look up on. One side and the other side. Stay in that forward fold. Good. 3, 2, one more time. 1. Now remember which pinky's on the bottom. Take your hands away and stretch out towards your legs. Your arms have never wanted to stretch so much before, so they should be getting, those feet or big should be getting a lot farther than they normally do. All right, now while you're here, lift up one hip bone and then your other hip bone. One hip bone and the other hip bone. Just a few times. This helps move the flesh out of the way, lengthening through the legs until you feel like you're nice and grounded onto the ground. And then hold on to wherever you can comfortably reach on those legs. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, fold it down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, folding down. This is similar to what we were doing with our arms behind our back. But this time our arms are in front of us, helping us to fold in. So we're gonna go back into the binding after this. Just remember what your body's doing without feeling the resistance of the shoulder binding. Good, just about 2 more. And the next time that you come up, go ahead and walk your hands all the way up. So a nice straight spine. Take the hands back behind your back, but this time your opposite pinky is on the bottom. So it should feel a little bit different because normally we naturally just tend to go to one side. All right, now bring those arms up just like before, behind your back, and then lengthen out, fold forward. Might be a little bit easier this time. It might be a little bit harder. It might feel the same. It's really good for just waking up those cerebral fluids. The plasticity through your brain helps you to have more cognizant, can't say that word, like better thinking as you age. Yoga is really good for that, just lubricating everything to help keep the youthful appearance of your body. And as technology gets better, one thing that technology can't do, that you have to do yourself, is move your muscles, because it's going to be atrophy of the muscles. It's going to be a big thing as technology keeps getting better. So just really thank yourself for doing this. This is good for you. And it feels good too. Good, 2 more times, and then we're going to stay in that fold. All right, stay down here, keep your bind. Look up to one side and the other side, keep the bind. About 5 deep breaths here. Good. And then when you're ready, release your bind, let those arms come forward. It should feel like a nice relief. Those arms are just naturally, easily coming forward. Now we're moving back into the breath. Inhaling, looking up, exhaling, bowing down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Good, just about 2 more, and then we're gonna stay in that forward fold. And the next time that you're in that forward fold, stay here. Again, shift side to side, lift up one hip bone, set it down, lift up your other hip bone, set it down. Do this however many times you need to feel like you're even more grounded through the hip bones. And then see if you can reach those feet if you're not already. If you need to, here's where you could grab your strap, towel, breathe into it. We're gonna have 5 more deep breaths here, and then we're gonna walk it to one side and focus our attention on the right side. Try to extend through the crown of your head. Somebody's pulling the crown of your head as you pull the big mound top part of your feet closer towards you. Keep reaching through your head, stretching out through the spine. All right, now start walking both hands over to your right foot. Now I'm gonna actually grab a prop here. I'm gonna grab my block. If it's easy for you to get your right foot, then get a block. If it's hard for you to get your foot, then get a ring or a strap. So either the strap, a block, or you can just stay with on your hands. And while you're here, I want you to really think about your heel extending. Extend the heel. Been doing so many bridges lately. Your hamstring, I don't know about you, but my hamstrings are starting to feel tight. With each exhalation, get even deeper into this. 3 more deep inhalations and exhalations. Good, and then on your next exhalation, just walk it over to your left side. Same thing, other side, if you need to make a few little movements to reset through the hip bones. And then get nice and long through that leg, extending all the way through the heel. 5 more deep breaths. Good, 1 more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, gently walk yourself up and cross your legs in front of you and wiggle yourself all the way up into a tabletop position. Now, with your feet in line or your knees in line with your hips, begin your rounding and arcing, making little movements or big movements, whatever feels good, through the spine. Also with those bridges, you might feel a little bit extra tension in your low back that you normally don't feel. That's strengthening your back, but we also want to make sure that we're mindful to stretch it out too. All right, so the next time you come into your rounded spine, that rounded cat, stay in your rounded cat and just start with making little shifts side to side, focusing on the hips moving. Little movements right to left, staying in that rounded spine. All right, now we're going to move it into a circle. Circle all the way through, just one direction, whatever way you naturally start going. Stay with that direction. Just about 2 more, and then we're going to go the other way. All right, and whenever you're feeling guided to, just go your other direction with those circles. Get nice and deep through the shoulders, through the hips, through the low back. Good, and meet back into center. Flatten out your back, nice and flat, tabletop back. Extend the right leg. And then bend the elbows lower down. See if you can press your forehead onto the ground and then bring it back up. And knee comes in. Extend the right leg, lower down. Press the forehead onto the ground. Bring it back. Knee comes in. Keep in this kind of rhythm motion. Just dynamically warming up here. So just about 2 more, and then we're gonna see if we can curl the left toe and lift up. All right, and the next time that you have your forehead down, the right leg up, see if you can curl the toe on the left side and lift it up. So it's like a one-legged dolphin or puppy pose. Good, 3 more deep breaths here. And on the exhalation, lower the knee down, lift the elbows up and switch back to the other side, extending left leg, bend the elbows down, lower the forehead to the ground, and up. Left leg is gonna stay extended. Good, just about 3 more and then we'll come into that puppy pose. And the next time that the forehead is down, stay here, curl the toe on the right side, and then see if you can lift up the knee. Push all the way into the heel on that right side. 5 deep breaths. On your exhalation, lower the knee back down, both knees in line with the hips. Press your hands so that your elbows lift up off of the mat. Round through the spine back into the cat pose, curl your toes and push it into the down dog. And just start walking your dog, chin into your chest, move your hips, move your knees, take your time. Shifting and breathing through this. Good, 2 more deep breaths. Now put all the weight onto your right side. Extend your left leg all the way up. Deep breath in. Exhale, cross the left leg behind the right leg and start walking yourself into a forward fold position. The right foot is in front, your legs are crossed. Show you from this angle. Legs are crossed into that forward fold. And then just start walking your hands over to one side and the other side. Feeling where you might feel extra tension, resistance. Feel free to stay and breathe into any extra tension or resistance. Those legs are still crossed behind you. And come back to the neutral center position. Legs stay crossed. Take your hands behind your back. Now, just for consistency, the foot that's in back, the left foot, see if you can put the left pinky on the bottom. Left pinky on the bottom, left foot in the back. And then stretch out your arms. forward fold into this, breathe. A little bit of a balancing pose too. Similar to what we were doing when we were on the mat, but now we're standing. Should feel a deep stretch through the left leg especially. Two more deep breaths. On the exhalation, release your arms and then slowly come up, keeping the legs crossed. Reach your arms all the way up. Take your left wrist over to the right side. And then just look up to the ceiling. Gently keep pulling the wrist and try to resist into this. So I want you to bend your elbow on that left side like you're pulling away, but then your right hand pulls you back and come into that banana type position. Exhale, bend that elbow, let it lower down. Inhale, lengthen back through that. Just about 3 more like this. And then we're gonna stay in that banana pose and try to lift up through the heels. Good. And the next time that you pull your wrist over to the right side, stay here, see if you can just lift up the heels and balance. Just for 3 more deep breaths. And the exhalation lowers your heels down, or reposition your spine back forward. Let your arms flow down. And we're gonna walk those hands back out, finding a downward facing dog position. Start walking your dog when you're ready. Just untangle the legs, walk your dog about 5 deep breaths, and then we'll come to the other side. Now put all the weight onto your left side. Extend the right leg up. Stay here a few breaths, just breathing, pushing the weight into your left heel. Good, 1 more breath here. On your exhalation, let that right leg go behind the left side. And start tiptoeing your hands back to your legs. Stay here, breathe. Make sure your feet feel nice and grounded. And then when you're ready, place your hands behind your back. This time, right pinky on the bottom. And just stretch out those arms. Stay here, breathe. Let the blood draw down to your head. Three more deep breaths. And then release your hands, start walking over one direction and the other direction with your hands. Walk it one way and the other way. If you're feeling any resistance, any tension talking to you, feel free to just stay and breathe into it. Hopefully you're feeling a nice stretch through your back, through your legs. And then finding a neutral position. Start slowly coming up, reaching your arms up above you. And this time we're taking the right wrist with the left hand. Look up over to the right, nice stretch through the neck. When you're ready, if it's available for you, bend the right elbow and then take it back. The left hand's holding onto that right wrist, bend, and then reach. Just feel like a nice stretch through the arm, through the side body, through the neck, through the breath body. Sometimes you don't even notice where your tension is until you start stretching through it. It's a nice reset through the spine. Good, just about 2 more, and then we'll stay into that and try to lift up our heels if you can. Good, now the next time that you stretch out, stay there, see if you can just lift the heels, even if it's just a little bit off the ground. Look at a spot that's not moving and breathe. Good, one more breath. On the exhalation, slowly lower your heels down, untangle your arms, let them swan dive down, and walk it out into your downward facing dog. Just breathe here, walk your dog or hold it, whatever feels good for you. 10 deep breaths. The shoulders open up, chin into your chest. Good, 2 more deep breaths in. On the exhalation, bend your knees, start walking your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees, and we're just going to kind of fold up into almost like a little frog position. Start taking those knees out to the side of your arms. So those knees are going to be wider than your arms. We're going to come into a crow position. So just prepping for our crow. Those hands are a little bit wider than your shoulders. Widen up through the legs, and then start putting your weight onto your arms, onto your forearms. Start with lifting up one foot, then try to lift up your other foot. Good. Good job. And just start balancing. 5 breaths. Look at a spot not moving. Good, one more breath in. And on the exhalation, gently release. Now take those feet a little bit wider than they were before. Try to put your heels onto the ground, but see if you can keep your hip bones off the ground, or you can sit onto a block if you need to. All right, take your time, get as wide as you can with those heels on the ground. Bring the palms together. Stay here, little shifts. If you can, side to side, or just stay into it. Try to straighten up through the spine. Press those palms together to help you. Good. 3 more deep breaths. Good, on the exhalation, we're gonna place the hands back onto the ground, but just so we can take the knees onto the ground, we're gonna start walking our hands all the way down onto the mat. And we're just gonna start here in a cobra or snake pose, right? So hands low on the rib cage, elbows squeeze into the ribs, and lift it up. Stretch out through the abdominals. You could also this could be an up dog. An up dog means your hips lift up. And then exhale it back down. You these dynamically warming up. Inhale, reach up. Stretch up even the chin, exhale it down. Just about 2 more, and then we're gonna stay up. And the next time that you're up, into that cobra or up dog, and yours might look way different. You might be down here. This might be enough for you. Whatever is feeling good for you today, stay there and just try to move the head side to side. Like you're stretching out through the neck, all the way into the abdominals, all the way into the low abdominal muscles. Trying to keep the shoulders as far away from your ears as possible. Just about 3 more deep breaths. Good. On the exhalation, we're going to press those hips back and come into an extended arm child's pose. Let the knees widen. Reach those arms all the way forward. Press your forehead into the mat. Stay here and breathe. And on your exhalation, walk it over to one side, whatever side you want. Stay pressed into the ground with the option to take the hand that's on the inside and stack it on the outside hand. Good. One more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, walk it all the way over to your other side. Pressing the hands into the ground with that option to stack the hand that's on the inside on the outside hand. Good. On the exhalation, bring it back to center. Walk your hands all the way back out. Your belly's back onto the ground. Knees bend this time. We're going to see if we can catch our ankles. See if you can catch your ankles. And then slowly start coming up and then back down. Every time that you come down, look one way, the opposite way every time. Bring it up, lower your head down, look one way. Bring it up, lower down, look your other way. Every time that you come up, see if you can start coming up just a little bit higher. Remember to keep looking your opposite direction. Good, just about 2 more each side, and then we're gonna stay up high. Good, and the next time that you come up, stay up here. Stay up as high as you can. Bring those legs up as high as you can. Lift your chin up as high as you can. 5 deep breaths. And the exhalation slowly lowers you down. Place those hands under your shoulders, press it back, cross your legs behind you. And then walk yourself all the way back. Legs come out in front. Shift to the center of your mat. We're going to start preparing for our Savasana. So we want you to just come onto your back on the center of your mat. Give yourself a big hug, stretch out through the spine. And gently rock side to side, massaging through that spine. In a neutral spine, wrap your right arm around both of your legs. Let your left arm come out to the side. And then take both of those legs over to the right. Look to the left. Just stay here and breathe. About 3 deep breaths. Good. On your exhalation, bring it back to center. Wrap your left arm around both of your legs. Let your right arm go to the side and bring those legs over to the left. Try not to let your shoulder come off the ground. Let that right shoulder stay in the ground. If you need to, you could use a pillow or a block to put under your shoulder or under your legs. Just about 3 more deep breaths. And bring it back to center. Give yourself a big hug. And then bring your chin into your chest. Let your hands reach all the way to the other end of the room, and then squeeze your fists, squeeze your feet, squeeze every muscle in your body. Squeeze for 5 seconds, 4, keep squeezing. We're gonna release the Savasana, 3, squeeze, 2, 1, and release out arms and legs. Take a big deep breath in through the mouth. Exhale, sigh it out. Again, this time breathe in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out your mouth. And just make any little last movements that you need to get nice and comfortable in your Savasana. And just like we did when we started with the meditation, focus on your breath. And just watch the mind like it's a river and you're sitting on the side of the river. Just being that silent observer. Good, and just start making small little movements. So bring your awareness back to the space around you. And take a deep, big, deep stretch. Stretch like you're waking up in the morning. Because you are, as a matter of fact, coming out of your Savasana. And then bring the knees into your chest. Rock yourself all the way up into a nice, comfortable, seated position. And start walking your hands over to one way. I want you to breathe here with each exhalation, get deeper into your twist. Breathe as many breaths as you want, but the exhalation is going to take you a little bit deeper. Good. And on your next exhalation, let that unwind you all the way over to your other side. Just focus on the exhalation. The inhalation will naturally come, but let your inhalation take you even deeper. Good, one more. And let the exhalation unwind you back to center. Reach your arms up. Take that right wrist with your left hand, gently pull it over to the left side. Look up to the right, deep breath. And other side, take that left wrist with your right hand, all the way over to the right, deep breath. And bring it back to center. Let your palms touch at the top. Big deep breath all the way up. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. Your thumbs to your heart. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in the